one street at a time.
And I started in my own neighborhood, and it's just kind of expanded beyond that.
Phil Kidd is learning his way around his new city.
I want to kind of stop and explore them a little more.
Mile by mile.
To my knowledge, there's about 3,000 street miles in Cleveland.
Turn by turn.
And I'm just kind of taking it 1 5-mile chunk at a time.
A recreational runner.
I run in all different weather conditions. I ran all through the winter. I ran through the heat of the pandemic last summer. I was really interested in kind of getting to know the city on a more granular level.
Phil's route started to become a history lesson.
This is basically where Moses Cleveland, just a little further upstream, pulled the boat in and said, you know, this looks like the spot.
Turning Cleveland's vibrant neighborhoods.
It was really cool being able to stop at some of the more iconic locations, I think, that are kind of also forgotten.
Into a masterclass of the past.
This is Leonard Avenue that comes right through here. This was an actual original street from 1833.
From the historic flats.
This is, to me, one of, if not the coolest place in Cleveland. Look at the vista you see here of the skyline of downtown.
To Irishtown Bend.
This is where the first Irish immigrants settled. They helped build the canalway systems.
Every road revealing a new chapter.
Because of a lot of the development, there's streets that no longer exist.
For every monument, a new subject.
Cleveland Fire Station number 24, which the firefighters refer to as the Wild Wild West.
Like any good student, as Phil ran.
What I'll do is the night before, I'll research the area I'm going to run.
But he also began to write.
I do a blog post.
Phil even started his own website.
It's basically an accumulation of everything that I kind of experienced on that run.
Full of miles worth of memoirs.
All the notable landmarks, all the history, and all the cool photos.
Moments that he wants to share.
A lot of art that's in little alleyways, on the backs of garages or on fences.
With the rest of Northeast Ohio.
A lot of streets that I think people in Cleveland would probably otherwise never explore.
Because we all know what's here.
So this is a really cool building. This is an old stone yard. So on our right here, we have Hooples, a Cleveland institution. I never knew that Cleveland script sign was there.
And if you look past the rust-covered railroad bridges and rugged buildings,
what I think's amazing is how much infrastructure is still in place.
You might just learn something too.
It's just been an incredible experience as far as learning on the history of each one of these literally like neighborhood blocks.
Phil Kidd did. Phil even learned a little about himself along the way.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to complete this.
And that these streets and these neighborhoods,
the old infrastructure with the old drop bridges,
leave behind a footprint.
The old trains themselves that are still in place in the tracks.
Showing how far the city has come.
It's really kind of like ground zero, I think, for what Cleveland once was.
And what's hopefully right around the bend.
That's what's beautiful about, you know, a place like Cleveland, is it has the ability to kind of reinvent itself all the time.
Reporting for News 5.
There's a lot preserved here, but you also see the future of the city.
I'm John Rutter.